once you've logged into your dashboard, click on the measurements and comparison section. You'll see a 3D image of yourself. You can spin it around in 360 degrees and look yourself in all directions that you may or may not want to see. The image can be quite confronting for some people. It is what it is. You'll get your main measurements as well listed. Every person that comes in for a test should get some reference values to compare some of those measurements to. So, for example, the waist measurement, there is some data from the World Health Organization that will tell you if you're in an optimal zone for your waist measurement. If someone's in the red zone, they'll have significantly increased risk of cardiovascular disease and heart problems. And if someone's in the green zone, they'll have less risk. So ideally you want to be in the green zone. You can also, in this section, you can download additional measurements. So if you click on the download measurements button, it'll take you into an Excel spreadsheet. This sample here, this person's had several tests, they're all listed on the left-hand column. All your measurements will be shown in this section in data form. So one of the things I think is really cool about this section, if you've had injuries, for example, any leg injuries or knee injuries, it can give you a centimetre amount of the quadriceps and the thigh muscle girth. You can compare your two legs and you can compare your legs over time, and that's taken just 2 inches above the knee, which is a place where a lot of muscle wasting will happen with any knee injuries. I also think another cool thing in this section is if you want to compare the volume of one leg versus the volume of the other, or same in the upper body, if you've either had injuries or if you're a bodybuilder or if you're looking for symmetry in the body, you can look at comparing the left arm versus the right arm, and again it's all tracked over time, so if you can see making yourself symmetrical, that's in centimetres cubed, which is quite a cool feature. Those who are trying to lose weight or tone up or trim up, a cool feature is looking at the torso volume, so that's in centimetres cubed, how much mass is in your torso. Ideally the less the better. In this example, this person's had 67,000 centimetres cubed in their torso, and they've taken that right down to 47,100, which is a huge change and cool to see. There's also in this section you can look at other things like leg length, arm length, shoulder width, and there's a whole lot of measurements that you can explore in your own time. Once you've had more than one test, which is the beauty of this Fit3D technology, you can compare all your results and it's all graphed automatically for you. So once you click on the comparison, it'll take you into two pictures. You can compare any tests that you've had, and they're all listed on the right hand side here. You can spin the images around and look at yourself from side on. So from this example, this is a person we track on our social media called Frank. He's done very well. He's lost over 30 kg at the time we've made this video. And his waist measurement, it shows his baseline, it shows his current waist measurement and the difference over time. And the same for the hips and the chest. If you just want to look at it visually and get rid of the hips and the chest, then you can do so on the screen. The same can be said for the arms. It compares your arms over time. The same can be said for the legs. So if you can use this data with the volume data that you can see in the additional measurement section, you can actually look at looking for patterns in the body to see if one side's more developed than the other. You can also go into a wellness section. In this section you'll get a body shape rating out of 100. It's basically a rating of how healthy is your body shape. Fit3D haven't released the formula for this for copyright reasons. However, I have been told that it does take a lot of significance from how big your waist measurement is. If you have a large waist measurement, that's where a lot of the sort of scarier or worse the fat is in the body next to the essential organs. So if your waist measurement is larger, you're likely to have a body shape rating that is lower or worse. Ideally you want to be aiming for closer to 100. At the time we've made this video, the average in Wellington out of the first 750 scans is 85 for males and females. You also get a trunk to leg volume for those athletes that we see come in, or you want to have more power in your sport. The lower that trunk to leg volume, the better. So more power on the legs and less you've got a lug round up top can lead to better performance. So that's something you can also keep a look at. You You can also look at your body composition. So if you're interested in knowing your body fat percentage, your weight, your fat mass and lean mass, it's all tracked. Again, this sample that we're showing here is someone that's had more than one scan. So you've got your baseline amount, you've got your current and the difference. Again, Frank's done very well in the time period he's had. I'll just take you back into the dashboard. So on the dashboard there is a wellness section. In this section you can actually print out reports. So you can click on reports and print out a report in PDF. If you've just had one scan, you can do a one-off, or again you can click on the comparison report and it will compare whatever scan you want. So you can just choose the dates. In the wellness section, there's also a wellness glossary. If you click on that, it'll explain a lot of the terminology. So at the time we've made this video, Fit3D around the world have done over 200,000 scans, and they've developed some health measures or metrics that you may not have heard of before. So go into this section and have a look at some of the terminology. If you come back into your dashboard, another cool feature which Fit3D added on a couple of years after they released their first scan machine, you'll get a posture analysis from the front, from the back and from the side. So if you can use this data with some of your muscle volumes, with your girth measurements, and you combine that with postural data, you can get a really good picture of how your body is in terms of symmetry. As a physiotherapist, I personally like the side view. For example, if someone's head is quite far forward and they're also getting some neck pain, you can use this as a tool to educate them about, or maybe you've got to improve your posture. If their shoulders are rounded or their hips are forward, there's stretches you can do for your chest, or strength you can do for your mid-back, or stretches for the hips. Again, it's a tool that either health professionals, or if you're quite clued up yourself on exercise, you can actually use to improve your posture over time and maybe even improve some pain. Every person that comes in for an appointment will also give you some more data to look at in terms of some body fat percentage ranges. So this data is from the US. I don't know the exact population they use to get this data. Use it as a guideline. I don't know the exact ethnicities they use to get this data, so I say to everyone, use this as a guideline, but how it works is you'll get your body fat percentage on the Fit3D dashboard, find your age, go across and see where you're at. At the time of making this video, out of 750 people, about 200 people have been off the chart completely, so they've been too overweight. Every person that comes in for their first appointment will get a copy of the healthy ranges. These are data that we do have, mainly from the World Health Organization, on what are healthy ranges, or what are ranges where you've got less risk of cardiovascular disease and heart problems. So there's BMI, waist circumference, waist hip ratio and a body shape index. You can find these, apart from the BMI, you can find these on your Fit3D data platform. For example, you can go into the wellness section, then you can click on body shape, and in the bottom right it will show you your waist circumference data or your waist to hip ratio. The BMI you can very easily work out. Just type in BMI to Google or get in touch with us. And your body shape index, again, it's up here. You can check out that in your wellness section. If anyone has any questions about the Fit3D data platform or any of the terminology used, flick us an email, admin@healthandfitnesstesting.nz. Happy training, everyone.